All right, Shalawam. My name is Ahmad from the GMS the Engineer 2 Camp in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I want to give all praises to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the sincere AHCHYAM, laboring in true sincerity. Today, I have this article. It's from Google Newsstand. It said FBI considers homegrown terrorists main threat to national security. And basically, you have basically, the point of this is that the Israelites in the truth, they consider us like a threat or basically like terrorists because we're against their whole agenda. So it said FBI considers homegrown terrorists main threat to national security. Some Homegrown radicalized individuals rather than trained terrorism operatives are perceived to be the main terrorist threat of 2018 by the United States federal law enforcement agencies. According to a report by Portland Press Herald, FBI Director Christopher Wray reportedly said the law enforcement agency considered homegrown violent extremists as the primary source of terrorist threats to the country. Wray also states that these extremists could either be motivated by the Islamic State group or other radical groups, or they may be lone attackers who were not affiliated with any groups whatsoever. Cultists, they like to call us a cult as Hebrew Israelites. It says sovereign citizens who think they are not bound by government laws and are motivated by racial hatred. So, of course, we don't think that which the scriptures say obey the laws of the land and all that stuff. The Most High, for this particular set time, He set them over us. But it says are motivated by racial hatred are also on the list of possible threats, but concern for them as lesser than homegrown terrorists, according to the FBI. But of course, a lot of times, they'll call us a hate group. You know what I'm saying? They'll take down our videos and all that. These are things that let me know that this is basically talking that they're talking about Israelites. They're talking about us. Uh, yeah, I think it's our slide. This is However, the report states that many do not agree with the categorization and term it an artificial or counterproductive instead. Michael German, a former FBI counterterrorism official, said there is focus on categorizing ideology rather than focusing on methodology for committing these acts of violence. And I mean, of course, at least us, you know what I'm saying? We don't be, our motto is wait ye upon the Lord till he rise up to the prey. We're not going to go out there and, no Punisher type vigilante stuff and do any violence. I mean, we just go out there and preach basically, and tell our people, what the Lord is going to do, basically. So, I want to go back to this article. I always go back to this article. I found this a couple of years ago, but it's lucky. This article, the 72 types, or, the criteria that they use for considering people, of course, domestic terrorist. Bear with me for a second. All right. 72 types of Americans that are considered potential terrorists in official government documents. And, just like I said, Project Megiddo by the FBI, that was something that, where they basically are watching Hebrew Israelites. But so it says, are you a conservative, a libertarian, a Christian, or a gun owner? Are you opposed to abortion, globalism, communism, legal immigration, the United Nations, or the New World Order? Do you believe in conspiracy theories? Do you believe that we are living in the end times? Or do you ever visit alternative news sites, such as is one? If you answer yes to any of those questions, you are a potential terrorist, according to official U.S. government documents. At one time, the term terrorist was used very narrowly. The government applied that label to people like Osama bin Laden or other Islamic jihadists. But now the Obama administration is removing all references to Islam from terrorist training manuals, and instead the term terrorist is being applied to large groups of American citizens. And if you are a terrorist, that means you have no rights, and the government can treat you just like it treats the terrorists that are being held at Guantanamo Bay. So if you belong to a group of people that is now being referred to as potential terrorists, please don't take it as a joke. The first step to persecuting any group of people is to demonize them. And right now, large groups of peaceful, law-abiding citizens are being ruthlessly demonized. And that's what they basically do to us as Hebrew Israelites. Let me go to some scriptures real quick. This is the book of Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. So woe meaning destruction unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. So, just like it's saying, I think it was saying about people that don't believe in abortion, people that don't believe in the New World Order, conspiracies, all these things that we believe in. And the scriptures could tell you, that these things are wrong. And yet, the so-called white man, he'll, like it says, Esau, which is Esau according to the Bible, he'll basically say that, this is, you're extremist or you're a terrorist, or that's wrong for thinking that way. It's wrong for being against gay marriage. It's wrong for being against, mambula, child, a man molesting a male child and all that stuff. They think that it's like you shouldn't, they're trying to make it to where that's acceptable in the society, and that's grievousness, which they have prescribed. So you have this is Psalms 9:9. It says, the Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. So, that's what we're relying on, is the Lord to basically protect us in these days that are coming. When they consider, the men of the Lord like terrorists for actually it's not when, it's now, what I'm saying? Terrorists. We're basically telling the truth. That's why, they're trying to shut all that down. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So it's talking about how, the men of the Lord, they're going to be basically thrown in prison, just like, I always bring out, the National Defense Authorization Act. These are things, that they set up kind of under the radar, but or not necessarily under the radar, because people know about it, but they set up Esau. He'll, in times of peace or whatever, when everything's all cool, he'll put the law in motion, pass it, and then it's like people kind of forget about it, but then when he's ready, he'll go back to it. he'll go back to it, and he'll implement it or use it where, what I'm saying, where he sees fit. And that's pretty much, what I'm saying, what goes on in this society today. So next we have, I'll go back to the article real quick because it's key. It's like key points I wanted to bring out. All right, so I mean, I could go down this whole list. It's 72. It's 72 things or whatever. But the main thing is, see the main thing. So you see the last thing on the list, right? The last two things on the list, the 72 things on the list. It says those that believe in end time prophecies, and that's pretty much what we push. Like, the apostles coined this year, the year of prophecy, and that's something we really talk about is prophecies. That's what differentiates us from the other, the black Christians or the other Israelite groups. Is that we talk about prophecy a lot. And so it says, those that believe in end time prophecies and evangelical Christians, and what that's talking about is, Christians that go out and try and, proselytize people. And that's pretty much what we do. We go on the streets, we're in the sense of, like street preachers. We go and we try and, preach to people on the streets, and we're not a 501c3 charter group, so that's how we know that the government would consider us, domestic terrorists. And it's more than just these two things on the list that I'm talking about. It's other things too, but I would say these are the two biggest things that really stick out, are obvious, and they put that at the bottom of the list. So I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. So I want to give all praises to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and SHALAWAM to all the sincere AHCHYAM, and SHALAWAM.